What's going on, guys and gals? This is your boy Dita Barber, coming yet again with another tutorial for you today. Today we're going to be doing a mohawk with a light or shadow fade on the side. We're going to also throw some designs in on both sides, so it's going to be a really creative, fun cut when we dive on into it. So starting off, we're going to take our Andis Masters with our lever all the way open, and we're going to set our first guideline in. Like I said, this is going to be a shadow fade on the side, so it's important that that lever stays open to where we have enough hair to get our design in. This is equivalent to like a 1 detachable guard, so I'm going to leave a little bit of hair on there, just enough that we need to get something real nice in there. Now we're going to take our Andis 1.5 guard and kind of remove some bulk at the top portion of his fade. Let's say we're using that Andis 1.5 guard. A lot of you may not have that yet, but they just released a 1.5 and a 0.5, if I'm not mistaken. So this is similar to the wall 1.5 guard, but it's, it fits a Andis Master, so that's something I've been waiting on for quite some time. I'm glad they finally came out with it, and as you can see, you can put it right to use. This is going to be a perfect guard for, removing bulk at the top of wavelength fades, or any kind of fade that's leaving the hair a little dark up top. This is going to be perfect for removing bulk for it. So I definitely suggest all you barbers and barber school students go ahead and invest in that guard. But like I said, just removing bulk here, nothing super serious, just cleaning the area up a little bit. Now we're going to come in with our 1 guard and begin the process of removing that guideline. I always start lever open, and then I close the lever and come back and tap that line again. If you've watched any of my other tutorials, you know this is my go-to process. Lever open and lever close. This is as simple as it gets. And then you come back and repeat the process with that 0 guard. Lever all the way open. And then we're going to close the lever, tap the line, and as you can see, you've got a quick, beautiful, efficient blend. It's gonna, you're not gonna spend a lot of time wasted, trying to get that fade in there. And now we're going to basically repeat those steps on this side. I'm going to kind of fast forward through this part just because it's the same thing. Nothing new. Lever open, lever close, 1 guard, and then repeat that process with the 0 guard. I'm just going to remove a little bit of that kind of hangover hair around the edge up, just to be able to get that edge up a little more crisp and sharp. Just kind of helps to lay that hair down a little bit. Now we're coming with our Andis Styliner tools, and we're going to go ahead and edge them on up. Get this part of the cut done, where we'll only have to worry about our design. As you can see, the cut, this is a super quick cut when done right, when done with your techniques and your processes intact. Now we're going to begin the freestyle part of the haircut, and you know, there's no template for this. If you haven't checked out my tips on graphic designs and how to do a freestyle design video, I'm going to put a link up if I can. Please check that out. It's a video kind of going more in depth on some of the rules that I generally use when putting in a design. But you know, basically there's no wrong way to do this. You basically want to make sure you're using a good sharp trimmer, not too sharp to where you're scarring up your client, but sharp enough to get those lines crisp to where they pop. We're just going to use a combination of zigzags and swirls. So this is one of the funner parts of being a barber. Most barbers and stylists and creators at heart, we're very artistic, and this just allows you to unlock some of that, that talent that you don't always get to show on every cut. You get to show it, but not in this manner. So this is always very fun. We're just making sure our lines are crisp. I started off with my Styliner, or excuse me, my Slimline, and then I'm kind of having to use a combination of that and my Styliner, which this is my hitter. Sometimes you have to use certain clippers for certain lines. Like if I'm doing a more rounded line, I might have to come in with a Slimline because it's a smaller blade and it curves more naturally. This is I'm using this kind of more on my straight lines that I'm making, and you can use it to make swerves and curls as well, but you just kind of have to know your tools and know which clipper performs best under each circumstance. You see, I'm kind of starting off a curve right in there, and I'm setting the base with my Styliner, but at some point I'm gonna have to come in with either that Slimline or my wall tattoo to kind of get it carved out the way that I'm seeing it in my head. And you can see this is just there I come with the Slimline Pro to kind of carve that on out, paint the canvas the way I'm seeing it in my head. And I want to emphasize that now I know some of you guys' designs, and mine as well, they're gonna look weird at first, but you can just about make any combination of lines look really good and pop if you just focus on making sure they're crisp, making sure they're the width on each line is just about the same. You don't want to have one area where it's the paper thin and then the next where it's as wide as a finger. Generally, I mean, sometimes you will kind of use a mixture to kind of show different areas of contrast and different effects you're trying to do with your designs, but as a general rule of thumb, starting off, you want to make sure they're about the same. And it's just a combination of brushing that hair down and making sure you have that hair exactly where you need it to be. See, it's really starting to come together now, where maybe 5 minutes ago it just kind of looked like a bunch of lines, but now it's with the combination of just, you know, working that clipper and, you know, getting those lines as crisp as I need them, it's really starting to come together. So be patient when putting these together. You know, it's never gonna start off the way it's gonna end. So just hang in there. And, you know, whatever you're seeing in your head, you know, with the proper use of the clipper, you're gonna be able to transport it to your client's head. Now I'm taking my Andis Masters lever open and just kind of running over it and laying the hair down. This is something I always do with my designs. You just want to, you know, lay that hair down and then kind of tap the lines again. It's just another little small, you know, trick that can have a big impact on your, you know, overall product. So definitely something to keep in mind. And now we're gonna basically, you know, we're gonna make it the same on the left side. So, you know, this is what I usually do is I'll take a picture of it, and I have this app on my phone, Mirror Me, and I'm sure there are many other apps like that. But you can just kind of reverse the picture as you were like looking in the mirror maybe, and you know, it'll make it a lot easier to put it on the other side. There's no need to make it, you know, harder than it has to be. You continuously looking at one side and looking at the other, trying to remember exactly what you did. Just, you know, make it as easy as possible on yourself. You know, don't be afraid to, if you got to look at the phone, you know, even starting off doing designs, you know, when I started off, I couldn't, you know, just come up with this, you know, out of thin air. I would have to look at other people's ideas and kind of gather inspiration from those, and then I kind of develop my own style. So, you know, if you're someone starting off and you need to take a picture, say, of this design, don't feel bad. You're gonna, with time, you're gonna get your own style. You're gonna perfect it, and, you know, it's gonna look great. But, you know, you have to be patient with yourself and your process. But with that being said, as you can see, we're just wrapping up by tapping this line right here. I'd like to go ahead and thank everybody for checking this video out. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Hit that thumbs up button if this was any kind of help to you. Follow us on Instagram and Snap. I appreciate all the love and the support we've been getting. Until next time, this is your boy D the Barber signing off. Peace.